Douglas is a thriving community of about 6,500 people. Our main industries are agriculture, mining, oil. I like to think that we're a very inviting community. I do think that we have quite a bit to offer.
We've got the mountains to one side, the plains to one side. It's a great community to raise children and to live and work.
We have a school district of about 1,000 kids. The more that you get your community involved with your youth, it is for sure good for the entire community. In many ways, I think if you have those relationships, it gets you more in tune with what your youth are doing. It gets your youth more in tune with what the adults are doing.
We are very much trying to rally around the youth of our community and make opportunities for them. That's why Teammates is so awesome. I feel like mentor programs are a great opportunity to get in there with the youth and be a person that those kids, if they're struggling, that they can go to when they need it.
Commerce County Bank's heavily involved in Teammates. We think it's such a great program for the community, for the kids, for the schools, that we've made a financial commitment every single year to help support it, to continue to grow the program. Being a board member is something I'm passionate about, just to be able to help support it, keep it going, not letting it die. Oftentimes you see a lot of these programs, they start with a bang and then they kind of just peter out because there's not a strong support system behind them. And so that's something that I felt very strongly about being involved with.
Me and my mentee have been a match for just about over a year. I think it happened at a really good time. There's just things that were going on in her life, and I was also like, woohoo, let's do this, you know?
My mentor's name is Marky Briggs. She's young and she's very kind, and I like talking to her, and she feels like a safe place to me. I feel like I can talk to her about anything in my life and she won't judge me.
I absolutely think an adult that's not a parent or a guardian of a teen or a youth can have a phenomenal role. There's just something about, getting advice or being able to open up and talk to somebody who's not your parent.
My mentee's name is Jay Lynn. She's a freshman this year. I started with her last year when she was in 8th grade in middle school. This year I've been up to see her at the high school because she is a freshman. She's into all the sports and she has a boyfriend. She's at that age where we can just kind of hang out in the library and just talk about things that she needs to talk about. It's a process of getting to know each other, and she was real honest about trust. I have issues with trust as well. So I think as that relationship grew, we both could see that we were benefiting each other. And then at the end of the school year last year, she came running up to me and she said to me, "I'll be seeing you next year, by the way." It really tickled me because I thought, she's not gonna want me to come back. But without even asking me, she just said, "Okay, I'll see you next year." So I knew that I'd made an impact on her, and she definitely had made an impact on me.
My mentee, his name is Parker, and he is a phenomenal young man. It is easily the highlight of my week when I get to go meet with Parker. The conversation we have is very organic. We talk about sports, we talk about life. He just went hunting, shot his antelope, and I gave him a high five. I said, "That's awesome, man." He went out with his dad, went out with his brothers, and it was just kind of a family affair day. And he just felt so accomplished that he was able to get the job done. I think hunting, there's a whole level of discipline within it. You can talk about those things and talk about the challenges that you have within hunting of, the wind wasn't right, it just wasn't my day that day. And you can translate that to life. And so we've been able to kind of share some of those victories and some of those defeats.
I think that Teammates is important in any community. I mean, the more adults, the more people kids have in their lives as positive role models, the better. I know that there are a lot of kids who are benefiting from this program, and honestly, the mentors are benefiting. Kids often teach us more than we teach them. We really would encourage anyone who's interested to talk to us more about Teammates.
We kind of have a generous spirit here in Douglas. And I think that it really comes out when you have a need. We see it in the schools often because we have a lot of needs and our community really comes together. But the support that comes to us is individual. We say that it helps our students, but it's also very beneficial for the people who decide to be a mentor. It's a symbiotic relationship between our kids and the adults.
Teammates is great because along the lines of the social media and stuff, it teaches you as a person to interact with another person and also to get comfortable asking questions or having that conversation, especially like the first few weeks, maybe months of when you get a mentee or a mentor, because it's awkward. You don't know this person and you're just like, hey, like I'm your mentor, like you want to hang out at, in the library and like what do you like to do and stuff. But then it teaches both parties, the mentor and the mentee, that it's okay to have uncomfortable conversations. Now I come and see Larissa and she's always excited, and I'm excited to see her.
I do look forward to seeing her because if something goes on in my life, I can tell her about it. Or like if something good happened, I can tell her about it and she'll be really excited for me. I feel really good that I can talk to her and I feel excited the next time I'm gonna see her. I appreciate having her and having like another resource that I can share my life with and have input.
I just hope that people understand that it's a very rewarding experience and that if they get involved with it, they can do a lot of good, and it goes both ways. You can do good for each other and for your community.